Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Our subject is professional development. Today, its lecture is 16, and today our topic is on-job training. The outlines of the lectures are introduction about the topic, and then what is meant by training, and what are the needs of training. Then we will discuss some methods of training and their explanations. First of all, training. Training means the action of teaching people some knowledge, skills, and help them to change some of their attitudes. This is also called acquisition of knowledge, skills, and abilities for development. Training is basically a teaching or developing in oneself or others any skills and knowledge or fitness that relate to the specific useful competencies. Training has specific goals of improving one's capacity, productivity, and performance. It forms the core of apprenticeships and provides the backbone of content at institutes of technology, and that also known as technical college or polytechnics. In addition to the basic training required for a trade, occupation, or profession, training may continue beyond initial competence to maintain, upgrade, and update skills throughout working life. People within some professions and occupations may refer to this sort of training as professional development. Training also refers to the development of physical fitness related to the specific competence, such as sport, martial arts, military applications, and some other occupations. Now the question is that why do we need training? Having a trained workforce means your workers are learning new skills that can improve production, cut time spent in creation of your product, reduce production cost, reduce mistakes, build confidence in your workplace, and create a better working environment. Because here, what is the need? Why is it so important? It is important because it is increasing values. Like employer training can teach new skills or improve existing knowledge. So this helps to provide more expertise and increase their value to be able to perform more than one job. Diverse skill sets can help our employees transfer to open positions in your organizations. For employees, on-the-job training is beneficial because it allows them to learn new skills or qualification within field of work in a timely manner. So doing on-the-job training, they are engaged in a real production process instead of simulated learning process. Now here there are some related terms which are being used in today our related topic. The first term that is often used, education. Education means imparting, absorbing, or theoretical teaching in classrooms. Concept of education are beliefs about what is worth learning and how people should acquire that learning. Education is the process of bringing desirable change into the behavior of human beings. It brings knowledge, skills, and understanding in one's life. Education can be described in different shapes. It helps the people become better citizens, get a better paid job, show the difference between good and bad. Education shows us the importance of hard work and at the same time helps us grow and develop. Thus, we are able to shape a better society to live in by knowing and respecting rights, laws, and regulations. This is also called, this is a generalized kind of knowledge. The other term is training. This is a process of imparting the skills. Training presents a prime opportunity to expand the knowledge base of all the employees, but many employers in the current climate find development opportunities expensive. Employees attending training sessions also miss out on work time, which may delay the completion of projects. However, despite these potential drawbacks, training and development provide both the individuals and organizations as a whole with beliefs that make the cost and time a worthwhile investment. The return on investment from training and development of employees is really a no-brainer. It also improved employer performance. The employees who receives the necessary training is more able to perform in their job. The training will give the employee a greater understanding of their responsibilities within their role and in turn build their confidence. So this confidence will enhance their overall performance, and this can only benefit the company. Employees who are competent and on the top of the changing industry standards helps our industry or company hold a position as a leader and strong competitor within the industry. This is also specialized kind of knowledge. Then development is there. What is development? Exposure of employees to general subject or knowledge and attitudinal aspects of overall self-improvement. Development is basically a process that creates growth, progress, positive change, or the addition of physical, economical, environmental, social, and demographic components. The identification of these traps enables relating to political, economic, social conditions in the country in an attempt to advance development. So all development requires approval. However, as different developments have been different levels of impact, developments are grouped into different kinds like complying, merit, and non-complying. So each of different kinds of development has a different assessment process. So development is defined as the process of growth or new information or an event. An example of development is the changing of caterpillar to a butterfly. An example of development is emerging details about the local robbery. An example of development is a community of condos intended for seniors. Training and development inputs three types of skills. What are those skills? The first one is technical, that required to do the job. Technical terms are an essential part of all technical and scientific writing. Each field and specialty type typically uses a vocabulary that relays a variety of specialized concepts by means of technical language. So this quantification allows the concept to be manipulated mathematically. And if we see its meaning in English, so it is an adjective belonging or pertaining to an art, science, or like technical skills. So skilled in a familiar in a practical way with the practical art, trade, etc. So as a person of relating to or showing technically demanding or difficult, or technical violin, sonata, or technical skyron, and so on. Example means machine operating, computer usage, safe working skills. And the second skill is conceptual. Conceptual means the basic fundamental knowledge of the subject. The definition of conceptual is something having to do with the mind or with mental concepts or philosophical or imaginary ideas. An example of conceptual is when you formulate an abstract philosophy to explain the world which cannot be proven or seen. So here its synonyms are different, like expressions and related works for conceptual, like chimeric, chimerical, and notional, fantastic, fanciful, fantastical, imaginary, real, and some plastic, unreal, and visionary. So these are some related words. Then interpersonal means to understand people better, to communicate well for decision making process. So there are some examples of interpersonal skill means active listening, team working, responsibility, dependability, leadership, motivation, flexibility, patience. So these are some examples of interpersonal skills. So what is being interpersonal? So interpersonal skills are basically the behaviors and tactics a person uses to interact with others effectively. So in the business world, the term refers to an employer's ability to work well with others. So interpersonal skills can range from communication and listening to attitude and deportment. Then training need assessments. The gap between the present status and desired status may indicate problems that in turn can be translated into a training need. The training need assessment is a method of determining if the training need exists, and if it does, what training is required to fill the gap. So training need assessment seeks to identify accurately the levels of the person, situations in the target service, interviews, observations, candidate data, and our workshop. So a need is not a want or desire. It is a gap between what is and what ought to be. So method of determining if the training need exists, and if it doesn't, so what training is required to fill the gap. So the purpose of training needs assessment is to identify performance, requirements, and the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed by an agency's workplace to achieve the requirements. An effective training need assessment will help direct resources to areas of greatest demand. So now there are some methods of training need assessments like group analysis there. Group analysis means having organization goals and skill interventions, and organization climate analysis, and efficiency analysis. Group analysis is basically a method of group psychotherapy originated by S.H. Fox in the 1940s. So it combines psychoanalytic analytic insights with an understanding of social and interpersonal functioning. So group analysis is a form of psychotherapy by the group of the group, including its conductor. So group analysis aims to achieve a healthier integration of the individual in his or her network of relationships. It also includes customer service. In individual analysis, that requires performance appraisals and work sampling interviews, questionnaires, and attitude surveys. The most obvious benefit from individual analysis is in regard to skill development. Analyzing individual skills will allow the coaching staff to identify areas of strength and weaknesses in each player. So this information can be used as a guide to determine which skills area need to be addressed or improved upon. So the individual level of analysis locates the cause of events in individual leaders or the immediate circle of decision makers within the particular country. So it focuses on human actors on the world stage, identifying the characteristics of human decision making. On the job training. On the job training means employee training at the place of work while he or she is doing the actual job. This is related to professional training, acts as a training, and its advantages are that this is an effective method, and it has least expensive, and it is free from artificial classrooms, and there are some disadvantages are there like professional training may lack expertise and not systematically organized. On the job training means training in the public or private sector that is given to or paid employee while he or she is engaged in a productive work, and that provides so knowledge and skills essential to full and adequate performance on the job. So if we consider some examples of the job training, so all the job training methods include job rotations, coaching, job instructions, or training through step by step and committee assignments. So, on the job training is the instruction for employees that take place at work. So, part of OJT may include top job shadowing or observing an experienced employee perform certain job tasks. So, the purpose of on the job training is to prepare you for your positions. Now, there are some methods like job rotation and job instruction, committee assignment, apprenticeship, coaching, mentoring, and understudy or internship. We see that what is meant by job rotation. Job rotation means a job design technique in which employees are moved between two or more jobs in a planned manner. So, job rotation is the systematic movement of employees from one job to another within the organizations to achieve various human resources objectives such as orientations, new employees, training employees, enhancing career development, and preventing job boredom or burnout. Job rotation is a well planned practice to reduce the boredom of doing same type of job every day and explore the hidden potential of an employee. Then the other method is job instruction. Job instruction means that this is step by step training, and with the training it explains the way of doing the job, gives the job knowledge and skills to trainee, and allows him to do work. The trainer appraises the performance of the trainee, provides feedback information, and gets the trainees. Job instruction is designed to develop basic stability and consistency of your processes. This is also known as standard work. This program teaches a method to instruct the worker how to perform a job correctly, safely, and consciously. Committee assignments. Committee assignments means that under the committee assignments, group of trainees are given and asked to solve an actual organization problems, in which the trainees solve the problem jointly, and it develops teamwork. Then it comes apprenticeships. Apprenticeships is a formalized method of training curriculum program that combines classroom education with on-the-job work under close supervision. And the training curriculum is planned in advance and conducted in careful steps from day to day. The dictionary defines an apprentice as a person who is learning a trade from a skilled employer having agreed to work for a fixed period at low wages. And the examples are as we know, the definition of apprentice is someone who provides helps to skilled worker in order to learn the trade himself. So examples of an apprentice would be a person who works with the electrician to learn the skills necessary to become a skilled electrician, so to work or train as an apprentice. So they have to work in direct associations with or also under the direct supervision of their masters. Next is coaching. So coaching means one-to-one training, and the trainee is placed under a particular supervisor who functions as a coach in training the individuals. And the supervisor provides feedback to the trainee on his performance and offers him some suggestions for improvement. Simply put, coaching is a process that aims to improve performance and focuses on here and now rather than on distant past or future. So coaching, we may also explain it that this is a unlocking a person's potentials to maximize their own performance. So it is helping them to learn rather than teaching them. Its limitations are that trainees may not have the freedom opportunities to express their own ideas. The next method is mentoring. Mentoring means that involves providing the employee with an experienced coach to oversee his or her learning experience. The trainee employee learn the job firsthand and may consult the mentor or coach at any time for assistance. The focus in this training is on the development of attitude, And what is the difference between mentoring and coaching? Mentoring means this is a relation oriented, always long term and development driven, requires a design phase, and immediate manager is indirectly involved. And in coaching, this is task oriented and it has short term and it is performance driven and does not require a design phase. And the immediate manager is directly involved. Then understudy. Understudy means that a supervisor gives training to the subordinate uh, as his understudy, like an assistant to a manager or director. The subordinate learns through experience and observation by participating in handling day-to-day problems. So this was all about this lecture. Take care. Allah Hafiz.